everyone, it's Jean from the Inky Owl Studio. I'm so happy you could stop by for a few minutes with me today. I am continuing to work on this beginner's easy no-sew project of a journal, and hopefully today I'll be able to show you a few things to help you, some ideas for decorating. But before I get started, I need to make a little small announcement, and that is, I've noticed I've hit the 3,000 mark for subbies. Thank you so much. I am so indebted to you, and I absolutely appreciate your support. I really do. And I'm in the process of making two giveaways uh, that I'll be offering. And it will be later this week, probably Thursday or Friday. And I'm going to call the video Celebrating 3000. And in there, I'll give you the instructions of entering, and it's that video that you want to enter on. And then they'll probably have a drawing 10-12 days after that, somewhere in that time. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you'll come back and enter in. So anyways, I've already pre-recorded what I've done, and so I'm going to tag that on to this, and we will talk to you soon. I'm just going to put in some little decorations in it, some little ephemera and such. I did get a comment about putting eyelets, and I believe it was from Debbie, and thank you, Debbie, for commenting down below. But to put eyelets in here, and it is a great idea. It's not, I think if you're making this, I wanted this to be a beginner, easy project, so I did not want to make it any more complicated than this. I will have to say though that using the craft envelopes and putting the tape down really does stabilize it pretty good, and especially if you're personal use, I think it'll be fine. However, this I think this might be a good idea for me to do later on. I think I might give it a try. I think because you can always take these ties out, and the whole point is to be able to take out and refill. So I think I will give it a try actually. So we'll see how that progresses. For today though, I am going to show you what I'm going to be doing with some of the kit that comes, printouts that come with the kit, and you get a selection, a couple sheets of these journal cards, and they're cute journal cards, but I'm going to do something a little different with some of these. Some of these I am going to rearrange and use, repurpose them. I'm not really a yellow person. I don't really care a lot about yellow. So what I'm going to do with these will be perfect for making altered paper clips. These little designs in here with the birds. And I believe that's what I'm going to be doing with those. And I'm going to be using a couple paper clips. Now you can buy these at the Dollar Tree or the dollar store, but what you get are usually very thickly coated paper clips, which you can use. Absolutely, you can use. I don't prefer to use them. I prefer to go to either Staples or Home Depot, and I believe these are Staples, and get their they're cheap ones, and they're a little flatter, and they don't bulk up, quite as much. But you totally can use the one from the dollar store. I'm just pointing that out, since I do feel that some beginners, those who are kind of new to this, are watching, so I want to kind of just add a few little things as I go along here. Now also I have here a piece of lace, and this looks vintage, but actually I got this at Hobby Lobby. And if you look, every so often, and I think they have a cycle now where things go on sale, every so many weeks or whatever. So you look for half off their trim, and you might even want to ask somebody when that's going to be. I don't, but I do know that it does go regularly on sale. It's a good time to get it, or any kind of trim there. And this is, this is quite wide, and so to pay full price, it can be a little pricey, but half off, it's pretty decent. And it does look vintage, but It's not, so we're going to make a pocket from that. Then I went through my stash of fabric, and yes, you know, when you've been a crafter for many, many years and tried just about every craft out there, you end up with a little pile of fabric. And I went through and I ripped up some little squares that are about 2.5 by 2 inches approximately. They all kind of vary. And I'm going to make these are going to be tabs in the journal. What I'm going to do before I put them in the journal is I am going to sew. I'm going to zigzag down the edge, and I'll just put them in my machine and zigzag and feed the next one and feed the next one and feed the next one and do it on the other side. And is only for decorative purpose. It's not like you need to do it at all. You definitely could just glue them as they are. So I'm going to be doing that, I believe, in the journal. And so far, that is where I'm at. And I'm going to be also making some stacked pockets like I did in the ring binder journal. Because, you know, some of these are kind of like copies of each other, so I'm going to take the opportunity of maybe one can be a journal card, but the next one I'm going to do a stacked pocket with. So let me go and put the stitching on this, and I'll be right back. All right, so as you see, I just did a running stitch all the way down on both sides. So all I have to do is just take them out there, and I was not careful about the stitch at all, whether it was even or anything of that sort. So a lot of sometimes when people hear the word sewing, they get a little concerned about, you know, about being really neat, and which is nothing wrong with that. But if you're doing like a shabby chic or vintage grungy style, I would not recommend worrying about neatness. Just get it stitched on there, and it looks great. And so I am just going to go through here and glue. I'm going to use fabric tack because it's a good glue, and it holds fabric really well. And you don't need much, just a little line of fabric tack on each side, like so. Yeah, this is good. The fabric tack in here probably needs to be filled up a little bit more. Oops. So I'm going to go in here and just glue it over like that, just very simply. Okay. And I'm just gluing them randomly, nothing too much in a pattern or anything. And you just need a little bit. Now, you know, I could have sewn these directly onto the page, and if you are a sewer, that might be something you would like to do. I do that often, but not always. And I think, like I say, in this project here, I just sort of wanted to do a project that was not complicated. So gluing a little bit of cloth on the sides for tabs is kind of a fun way to do it, I believe anyways. Alrighty, they're all glued in, these cute little tabs. Just adds a little bit of interest and texture to the journal. You know, I thought that was kind of cute. And so that be done. And now I'm going to make the altered paper clips, and I'm going to cut these down about like that. And that's about the size I need to make the paper clip. Probably have to go in here and just cut this part out, and I'll save these. I'll do something else with these. But here's paper clips, and they are already decorated with little birds on them. So I'm going to quickly, and this is really pretty easy as well. I think newbies can do this. So you get, this is the decorative side that I want to show on my paper. And now I need to cut another piece that is this size again. And I use like a plain cardstock. Let's see, let me just grab some plain cardstock here. And I got some scrap pieces of cardstock, and I am just going to cut out an identical piece to my top one, like so. So this one might need to just like that. There we go. So two identical pieces, and then I'm going to take my paper clip, and on the back part, the plain one, I am going to put the paper clip on, and probably, you know, I don't want too much hanging down there. Well, so here's something else you can hang something on there. I put it in this way, but I'm going to put it in like that. And then eventually I am going to glue this little top here together, and then you have this that will slip onto your paper. And usually the long arm I put to the outside, and the shorter arm I put to the inside. Now what I was saying about this right over here, if you wanted to, you could definitely, let's just say, you know, you have some string or ribbon, I don't know, something you want to put out there. You could tie something onto it here, like so, you know, before you glued it in. You could tie that on there, and then you'd have a little thing for your page, you know, sticking outside your page. So it could be a ribbon or, you know, whatever. So that's an idea that, you know, you can always do as well. And then, you know, you have to also consider, like this is going to go on your page like this here. So it's going to sit like that. It's not going to be able to go on the other page. All right, let me just open it. It's going to be sitting here on the right page. It's not going to be sitting on the left page, right? Because here's your paper clip. So you need to plan, you know, how am I going to have this? Do I want it to go this way? And if so, then you're going to have to turn this around on the back so that it slips in this way. And because of the orientation, most likely you won't be using it this way. Now, if you make a lot of paper clips ahead of time, I sometimes try to make them so they're orientated this way, and that way I can do them on either side. But with these, it's going to be one or the other. Just thought I'd point that out in case you had something in mind and then you end up, and it's not coming in the exact way. And this, I need to get in here and get this glue bottle filled up with fresh glue, because the old glue is getting a little sticky. So I'm just going to go in here and glue these two pieces together, like so. And so very simply and very easily, I have an altered paper clip that I can now use. All right, and then you can also think, you know, before you glue it together, you can also think, well, you know, maybe I want a little cheesecloth to stick out of there, you know, and glue that in between there or something of that nature. But anyways, it's really cute just the way it is. And you can add or not add to it, but that is a simple way to make an altered paper clip. And So we'll move on now to the pocket. Right, I'm going to take this pocket and I am going to make a flap on the one side and on the bottom. And the reason that I'm making this flap is so that it can hold a few tags, not just one. And this is about, it's a little more than 1/4 of an inch, just a little bit more, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to score it like so. And the scoring just makes it easier to fold. And I'm going to get them folded down. And burnished. And I'm going to miter this corner here to get rid of some of the bulk. So if you can probably see how the two lines intersect right there at that point. So I want to cut just a little on the outside of that, like so. I really don't know how well my camera's picking that up, but I hope it did. And that way, you know, you don't have all that bulk there at that corner. And now I'm going to just rip this area, just kind of rip it down like so. And now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to actually, I think I'll go ahead and tape this particular one. Maybe I'll use the leaf. Yep, I think this is the one that was part of the altered paper clip that we made. And I'm just going to rip. Now, these have been printed on cardstock. And I think that that is important so that your pocket will hold up well with putting things in and out. So it's a lightweight cardstock, but that's what I use to print on it. So it's just a matter of tearing and building the pocket up a little bit and just adding some little stuff in there. Let's see. This is kind of cute here. I might even add like this a little bit. Let's see. Let's just sort of add this one here. And maybe this one I won't tear. Yeah, I just was kind of trying to get that leaf up there, but that might not be. Let's see. Nope, I think we can do the leaf. All right. Well, maybe I'll tear this a little bit, just to kind of add that tattered look. Like so, like something got ripped over time. It kind of tore off there. And let's see, maybe I can add this is from another set or another digital project I was working on. Might just put a little bit of this in there like that. So it has this kind of fun little stacked tattered look. I'm going to glue these down first. So gluing is trying to preserve what you just created, and gluing things sometimes is a little tricky. So I'm going to start out by just gluing the edge along here like that and try to recreate what I had done. Alrighty, that's good. And as long as you got the edges here glued down, I don't think you have to worry about putting too much in the middle. Just as you see. There we go, maybe a little bit down here. So I'm just going to come in and add a little bit of glue in little corners like that. Okay. So I kind of like the way that looks. So it's like a little tattered pocket, and this is like a perfect place to put a little bit of ephemera on. But I'm going to go ahead and put this into one of these pockets, or one of these pages inside. So I usually tend to pick a page that, you can write on a ledger page for sure, but I might just choose this for people to do more stuffing than writing. So I probably will put it there. Yeah. Or wherever. I mean, But this way, because you've got these little flaps down here, you can slide things in and out, quite easily that way. So let me just stick it in there. All right. So we have a cute little pocket. So there you have it. We have our little torn pocket. There, a little tattered pocket. We made the little altered paper clips, so cute, and put a little bit of ephemera inside that. And we have our little cloth tabs, and I went ahead and off camera glued in the little pocket back here. So there we go. That's partly finished off anyways. You'll see the complete thing as I flip through and kind of see how I might add to this pocket or whatever. So thank you so much for viewing. I really appreciate it. And don't forget about the Celebration 3000 video, and that's where you can enter and you'll see what I have for the giveaways. So you have a great and crafty day. Bye.